Here we are with our animal research project, and it's Thursday. And if we look at our beginning slide in our module for science, Thursday says create a PowerPoint presentation on, it says animal because I really don't have room, but your animal, the animal you chose. All right, so I'm going to go through. We were Tuesday, chose which animal, went to BookFlix, read about it. Wednesday, we got back to BookFlix and had our tree map and got our information on our tree map. And if you didn't get finished with that, that's okay, because here we are on Thursday. You need to finish your research on your tree map. So get that done. That's very important you have that before you come to the next thing, which is make a copy of the slides presentation. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Then you're going to fill in your information and find pictures to add. And you may need to take 2 days to complete this part of the project, and that's okay. That's what I've got for Thursday and Friday with it. And then you need to click on share and send it to Miss Nethery, me, at this address. And do that only when all of the project is finished. So, right here, finish your research on your tree map. I've done that. I'll show you that in a moment. Went back and I filled in after reading the BookFlix book on butterflies. And so now I'm ready to make a copy of the slides presentation. If I get my mouse to move, it's gotten frozen on me. Sometimes it happens. There we go. So right here it says click here for the template to slide presentation. Make a copy and rename it. It should be the animal that you're researching, and always capitalize the name of it and by your name. So right here you would click here, which you click on it and it comes up to this. So we're going to click and it says make a copy, and you should make a copy. And it's doing it, just gives time. Now right here it says copy of animal by name. So right here we're going to go in there and get after the word animal and hit backspace, and with a capital space, butterflies. That's the animal I did. And then I'm going to move and get behind name and then hit backspace. First name and last name, and capitalize your first name and your last name. That's how I need you to title your slide presentation. Now this is a template. A template means it has things on there to help you know what to do. So on the first page, you'll come down here and you're working down here, and where it says animal, just like you're going to do a lot of erasing what is there. So get behind the word and take it away and type in the title for what you're doing. And then down here, this is by, and you need to put your first name and your last name, and always capitalize the title of your slide and your first and last name. So down here, it's got a text box. You click on it and you see the box appears. You get out of it, the box goes away like it did up there. You want to keep the word habitat. And that's where it says fact 1, fact 2, fact 3. This is where you go to your tree map. So I'm going to switch over and show you what I've got on my paper for habitat. Okay, now sometimes it doesn't tell you in the book, but knowing that caterpillars eat leaves and butterflies get nectar from flowers, I have to use it's called inferencing skills. They're not flat out telling you in there, but I think about, well, where do I find leaves and nectar and flowers that have nectar? And that's usually found in fields or meadows, isn't it? So I'm going to use my skills of using clues to find out that I'm thinking that that's where their habitat is. And if you wanted to go a little bit further, remember how I talked about that you could go and research and find that information on the internet with the help from a parent, you could have done that and found that. But I think that they live in fields and meadows. Now, I know a little bit more about their habitat from other readings, but I'm going to go with what information is in this book that I can go back and prove I did this. A lot of times when you do things, you have to have something from the book that you're working with to prove that. And I can prove that I think it's in fields and meadows because of the types of food they eat. So I've got that. Now, right here it says insert picture here. So I want to find a picture to put there that shows fields and meadows. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click inside this, so I have all these blue lines and little blue boxes and stuff. And then I'm going to come up here where it looks like it's a picture and it says insert image. You're going to click the little arrow and you're going to go search the web. And you come up with a box over here. And you want to search for images. So I'm going to search, I want to put a picture of a field. Now, you can come up with all kinds of them, but I got to find something that shows it's got leaves for the caterpillars and flowers for the butterflies. Let's see. How about I do this field of flowers? Ooh, that looks more like where you'd find butterflies, because all these are flowers, and then all these flowers have leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and see how this little blue check comes up there and it says one selected, and if you like that one, you click on insert. Now it makes it pretty big. Now you want to resize it. It's very important. This is the key thing. You always want to resize it by going to corners. Never resize it in the middle of the sides. It changes how it looks and it's hard to fix back. So always go to a corner, and when you have those two arrows, see here I've got just that one pointer arrow, but when you got two arrows, you hold down your mouse and you slide it down slowly to where you think it's about the right size. And then when you've got the four arrows and click on it in the middle, you can move it where you want to. I need to get it just a little bit bigger, don't I? So I'm going to move it down, and then I'm going to come up with this. It's going to be kind of hard. That's one thing about when you do this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to come here and I'm going to do this. Watch what I do. I click on it when I've got this, and I want to delete that. So there's a delete button on your keypad on your Chromebook. You do that and you can take that away, and then you don't have to worry about it. And you make this be smaller and get it off of the words. I'm trying to get it off the words. There. Now I've got a picture to represent my habitat. Now let's say I messed up with the picture and I had it like I wanted it, and then I did something, I clicked it and I messed it up. Let me mess it up. Oh, I don't want that. If you had it like you wanted it, see these arrows right here, undo? You can click undo and it take away the last thing you did if you mess up. And this automatically saves it every time you work on it. So if you don't finish some of the slides today, you can go back to it and work on it tomorrow. So I've got this one done. Now let's say I'm ready to go to my next one. I click over here and click on it for number 2. And here you got to change the name to your animal. This one just repeated that same thing. I'm going to have to work on that. We'll skip that for right now. Here's animal and here's food. You talk about some of their food, and then you'll try to find a picture of maybe one of the foods there. Here's where you type in the animal and talk about the body parts or the life cycle. Some of your books tell about body parts, but not the life cycle. And some of them talk about life cycle, not the body parts. And some of them talk about both. So I don't want a whole bunch of facts. I want you to try to figure out which one's the most important three, okay? And then here's one where you talk about the differences between when they are young and old, or cool facts, or both. And find a picture to go with each one of these. And then when you're done, I'll be showing you that tomorrow. Well, let me tell you what. Let's say you do have it done. Let's say I've got everything filled in. All right? So that if you were to work on this before I can get the video made for Friday, you would have already know what to do, not have to wait on me. So let's say for this, the sake of showing you, let's say I've finished all this and I have all my information on it. And I'm ready for the next step of what you're to do with this, which is send it to me when you're done, okay? I'm getting ready to show you what to do here. You come up here to this share button and click on it. And it automatically comes to me and it'll have your name down there. But right here is where you're going to click on it. Now with me, because I'm a teacher, it automatically comes with everybody. But you would start typing in my name. Okay, and then if you're on your school account, it might pop my name up down here before you even get finished. And then you can click down here and then click done. Or if you have to type the whole thing, you could do that. But I'm going to do that since I popped up. And you want to make me as editor so that if I need to make comments on it, I can change, put little comments on it, and send it back to you. Because if you have missed something missing, I need to let you know. And then click send. And it will send it to me to my email. And that's how you share it with me. I'm going to do that because I'm not going to go through that. So that's what you're working on, and you've got 2 days to work on it. So I went ahead and told you the whole process for Thursday and Friday, and I cannot wait to see what you find out about your animals and some of the interesting pictures you add to your slide presentation. And if you wanted to see how it looks before you send it to me, you can come up here to View and Present, and it'll be like this, and you can see how it looks full screen. And then when you're done, hit escape, and it goes back to where you started. So I can't wait to see those. All right. If you have any questions along the way, please let me know. I'm here to help out. All right. I hope you enjoy doing this. Talk to you later.